After a long day of being narcissistically abused, I just want to kick back and relax. And recently, I've been reaching for OLBAS, the menthol inhaler. So refreshing. A placebo is a measure designed merely to calm or please someone. Having real objects to grab and hold on to helps me relax. Here are some of the things that help me push through the discomfort of severe anxiety, especially when I have to do something that I don't really want to do. So these are the things that I carry with me in my handbag. My number one favorite is this. It's this little inhaler called OLBAS Natural Inhaler, and I bought it in a little health food shop. All it is menthol. If you've ever heard of Vapor's menthol rub, that's all it is. It's just that. And so what I do is when I'm having anxiety, this really works for me, is I open this up and I inhale the menthol. And it's like aromatherapy, really. And therefore, I believe in aromatherapy because this works for me. The menthol, it's very fresh and it does invigorate me and wake me up, and it helps me breathe too. That is its function, is to help people when they're sick. But for me, I just use it as an anti-anxiety tool. Really, that's what it is. Oh my gosh, I want to do it again. It just, for me, it smells so good. I was in a taxi about a month ago, and it was pretty funny because I was having some anxiety in the back of the cab, and so I pulled this out and I was, and my friend was telling me, it looks like you're doing drugs. Don't do that in public. So now I feel a little paranoid about doing it, but that hasn't stopped me because it works like a charm for me. The other thing that I use for anxiety is my mouthguard, and it's kind of like a pacifier. I know that sounds really weird, but I'm just trying to give you an analogy of what it's like. If I am having anxiety, I can also put this in, and just the ritual of putting this in my mouth, it sends a signal to my brain to relax. I think you can fool your brain into thinking that you're doing something to solve the problem. Psychologically, I'm trying to just trick myself into thinking that I'm taking something. And this is why I believe in placebo. Placebo works, and you can trick yourself into thinking that you've taken medication. For example, when you were little, do you remember when you had the hiccups? Hiccup, hiccup, hiccup. And your friend would tell you, oh, just hold your nose and count to 10 and your hiccups will go away. And they did. Or they would say, here, I'm gonna slap in your face and your hiccups will go away. And they would go away. Well, that's what these items are like for me. This ritual that I do that helps convince myself that I'm helping my anxiety, and in fact it does. You can pick out a photograph of a loved one, or you could have a little postcard with like this. Every time you feel anxiety, you pull out art and you just look at it. If I'm feeling depressed or feeling down, I try to cheer myself up by being goofy, telling jokes to myself. I have found that this really helps. I have this favorite comb, and I will stick it in my hair. Even when I'm home alone, I will just stick this in my hair and walk around the house with it. And it psychologically, it does help cheer me up. And if I catch my reflection and I see this in my hair, I will just laugh. And it helps remind me that laughing at people who are trying to hurt my feelings, etc., it helps me. It is a coping mechanism that works for me. You might not want to walk around with a comb in your hair, but I think you get the idea that it's just something tangible. It's something to grab onto and to do physically to help change your mood from unhappy to at least neutral. I'm always just striving to stay on neutral. I hope that it helps you start the process to figure out what might work for you. It might not be these specific items that work for me, but I highly recommend looking into aromatherapy. Another scent that I really love is, now I've forgotten what. I just spaced out. I was thinking, I was like, oh, what is that? It is, I have to look behind me and look at my little aromatherapy bottle. Okay, I remember eucalyptus. I love eucalyptus. And I just recently found a new shampoo. I think it's by ECO, something like that. And it is a eucalyptus mint smell. And I'm using it now. And I am all about aromatherapy now. I believe in it. It works for me. I don't know why or how it works, but it does. Menthol and eucalyptus help me tremendously. These two scents, it startles my senses and it helps me shift from anxiety into more of a neutral state. Hey, I recommend it. As always, stay strong and get toxic people out of your life. Bye.